good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwen Johnson, who is with us in thoughts today because she's busy having CPL fun.
Yeah, in here, just gone about your business. As a matter of fact, I want to firstly apologize to the listeners for the late start because I almost had to hold on the fort by myself. Jade is missing in action. Kevon was having a crisis.
As usual.
And I just was like, oh, so we're gonna have a show today with no salacious takes. It's just gonna be me, boring old me. But they do a few basic.
Fear for some of us are here.
But here the joke, no? You want the joke? The joke is that you can talk by yourself for the next 2 minutes because I'm gonna look for some headphones.
Okay. Cool. Well, it is Monday, August 30th. The time is 8:15 a.m. And, August is basically done. Oh. Again, this is crazy. I mean, we always just jumping into months and then time is done. Here we are again. August is done. We're about to jump into the 12. Oh, no. I was going to say the last quarter of the year, but the last quarter of the year begins in October, December. Yes. So we're almost in the last quarter of the year. We're in the last part of the third quarter of the year. So gear up. Your year. Your 2021 is coming to an end. Oh, yeah.
Easy so.
What? We back? Yes?
Friends are here. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
But yeah, it's been August. I think has been one of the months that I'm just like, where did it go?
And August went like really, really fast.
Yeah.
I think for me, August has been the fastest month this year.
That's what I'm saying. Same here.
Well,
but this Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong.
Story of my life.
I want to expound on that a bit. I think it really should be. Maybe we could make this Bailey's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong at the least opportune time.
I think we should call it Kevon's the story of Kevon's life.
You might be onto something there.
Because I don't know. This is just how it's been for me forever. It's just like what can go wrong will go wrong at the worst time. But
yeah. But how your weekend was, Kevon?
It was very short. Very, very short. Shortest weekend I've ever had all year.
Well, if this is the shortest month, it only stands.
Well, the other weekends this month have been sort of calm, but this one was just like Friday, Monday. It just breezed past Saturday, Sunday.
I got you. Yeah.
How was your weekend?
I stayed busy. We're gonna talk about some of what I was doing this weekend as we go through the show. But it's been a while since I've felt so tired for like 4 days consistently. It was a rough 4 days. This morning getting up was rough.
I mean, isn't it always for us?
No, some days easier than some.
I just have to go through like 8 alarms to wake up.
Oh no, not me, man. Like I tell you, once the sun come up, I'm up. And then,
me too, but lately I've just been so exhausted that I need the alarms because usually for me it's like sun up, I'm up. But it's a lot. But my exhaustion levels have been winning.
Right, and I think too for me it's been. Yeah, I'd actually turned off my alarms. Because I just would get annoying, but I realized I had to turn them back on now. It's not so much to wake up, but it's just to be like, bro, like you're late now, you gotta go.
Yeah, you're running out of time.
Yeah, you need to actually get up. But I'm making a commitment this week to get back to my routine. To when I get up, do my little meditation, go through my little 100 push-up routine, and then get going. I'm supposed to read in the morning, eh? Don't happen. Oh, what's some good books? Like somebody to let me know some good books. I'm in the mood for books that speak to bettering yourself. Either that or things
I don't know
that
if you read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was a popular one a few years ago. The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F.
Oh yes, I've seen it. I
definitely think I 100% recommend reading that. I've read it like this. I just reread. There's 2 of them in the series. I've just reread the second one for the 3rd time, like a few weeks ago. And then the follow up to that one is Everything is Effed. Love it. It's just such an honest book. Like, a lot of books sort of make you feel like you're doing life wrong because this is, you must be empowered. You must be. This is just things happen, and when things happen, we just work it out.
Right.
It's a very honest book, and that's what I really, really love about it. It gives you a lot of. It's very relatable, so it's. Definitely recommend reading both. Actually, the first one is amazing. The second one is good. It's a good follow up. So.
Just to be saying, The Art of War. And
I've read that a few times.
The Art of War. The Art of War literally sits on my dressing table. Like, it's literally just on my dressing table.
Somebody upset you, you just flip to your index.
Right, you're just going through life in SK. The Art of War is just like, it's like you get up in the morning and eat cereal. No, you get up in the morning and read The Art of War. Yeah, big up Sanju one time. My partner that, yeah. But we have a few minutes before we're joined by our friends from the traffic department. You want to start the tea time?
Just a little tea time.
Indeed.
So, oh boy, let's give you. Do we have the update? I don't think we have an update. Let's.
And
bear with me 1 second, brother.
After they get cut off last week, like there was very on it. Like, there was on it, but I think the weekends they get rough, man, because they're not up. The lab don't run the test on Sundays apparently now, and so we generally probably get one tonight if it's not out yet.
Yeah, so we don't have one. There might be one, but we don't have one yet. Right. The COVID update coordination.
I can start the petition right now to make this the last week we read the COVID report.
Who does have to read it? Me or you?
Yeah, man. Like I'm slowly but surely, and I hinted at it last week. I'm slowly but surely changing my entire approach to this whole COVID thing. Now the horse is out of the stable now, worldwide.
It's now integrated into our lives. So
I think we're at a point now where it's very likely that most of us, if not all of us, will be exposed to the thing. And it's getting so close to everybody. Like, I don't think there's anybody in St. Kitts that hasn't had a family member who has been at least
friend
who has at least been in quarantine. Like, whether or not they had it, they had to quarantine for a day or two while they got tested or something. So, it's it's really starting to feel like only a matter of time because we're not willing to do what we would have needed to do to stop the spread. So more and more I'm getting to that point where it's just like, hey, protect yourself.
Whatever.
Protect yourself. Eat better. Work on your body. Yeah. Get your general health up.
Mm-hmm.
Like get your health back. Yeah. That's general.
I mean, there's this update we could do before we go. It's out of August 28th.
Morning, Weedy.
So St. Kitts, hey, Weedy. So St. Kitts and Nevis has passed the 1,000 COVID-19 cases threshold. So St. Kitts and Nevis
COVID goals
has passed 1,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19. In the midst of a third wave of COVID-19 infection and the recent surge in cases, it has pushed the COVID-19 cases of infections to 1,024. This was at Friday? When was it? Wait. This was Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
This figure was of Saturday. So these past 2 weeks saw an aggressive upswing in the direction of, in the rate of infection. In the 5-day period between August 16th to 21, 168 cases were registered. And this past week, August 23rd to 27, a record of 201 confirmed cases were documented. St. Kitts has 898 total and Nevis 126. Health officials are now monitoring 400 active cases. Since June 2021, the Lambda variant has been in circulation and samples have been sent off to test for Delta variant, which has been plaguing more than 100 countries, including Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Barbados. St. Kitts and Nevis confirmed a patient with the Delta variant, but they were in quarantine and recovered from the virus. That was an incoming passenger who was in quarantine in a hotel, so that was not mingling with the community. Officials are suspecting that the Delta variant may well be in circulation. Statement is that we are in a battle, a war against COVID-19 virus. Starting last week, we are noting a massive surge, an increase in our numbers, and it is signaling the beginning of our third wave. So it's a battle. We are fighting for our lives. We are fighting not only the Lambda variant of COVID-19 virus, but probably the Delta variant. We have evidence that there was one individual who came into the country and was diagnosed with the Delta variant. The individual has recovered. So at present, we are not absolutely sure if it is in circulation. However, we have sent off a batch of the samples to the CPHA for genomic sequencing. In another week or so, we will know for sure if the Delta variant is in circulation. But from where we sit in the Ministry of Health, it looks like it's the case. This is what the CMO, Dr. Hazel, shared during the last press conference. Some positive news, however, as vaccination rates continue to increase this past week. From August 23rd to 27, 1,728 doses were administered, 223 were first doses, and the vast majority of doses, 1,505, were second doses, compared to the previous week's 511 total doses. The current batch of AstraZeneca vaccine, with just about 1,100 doses left, will expire in a few days on August 31st, well, tomorrow.
Yeah.
The next day, September 1st, the Ministry of Health will roll out 11,700 Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine doses for individuals who are 12 years and older. So, here we are.
Oh boy. And just to remind everybody that schools are going to be reopening pretty soon, right? Like next week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think some schools are opening next week.
Pretty much.
If not all. So that's going to be another interesting dynamic, especially now that we're seeing several preschools and stuff already having to close down and thing for exposure to cases. But guys, again, stay safe. Stay safe. For me, my worry is just the people who are among us who really can't, who are most at risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, people with other pre-existing conditions, older people who have not yet, who might be at a higher risk because of their weight and stuff like that. Like, it's rough. But again, personal decisions. Try and keep yourself safe and those around you. Ain't really nothing else to say. I don't believe. I think that needs to just be
the standard.
Yeah. But Kevon, our good friend Sergeant Brown is actually here in the
Have
studio.
no fear.
He,
Sergeant Brown is here.
but I don't know. We safe, once you see the general beach, But but guys, we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna be right back right on Island T with Traffic Talk. So stay tuned.
We are faced with tough decisions every day, but choosing the right home or motor insurance shouldn't be one. You need fast claim settlement from a company that's been rooted for over 31 years. And don't forget the A Excellent rating by AM Best. Make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Reliable insurance that you can count on. Get a quote today for your home, motor, contents, and liability insurance needs, and make the intelligent choice. Caribbean Alliance. Tomorrow secured. Local agents, Dalil Walwyn & Co. Limited. Telephone 465-2631 or 469-5303 for the Nevis office.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road now. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never, so why all the hurry? Mishaps. The road is now a racetrack, threatening life and property, and all the result of that led to death and injury. Inconsiderate driving, this nonsense need to stop. Stop. I'm making it my business to alert all motorists, especially those who love to break traffic laws. I have seen what speed can do. Here I am to your rescue to help you to live. Just take this advice I give. I want in all drivers to take care of your passengers. Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. How much more tragedy we have to endure to face the reality. Less is safer than more. I'm begging all my friends. Be careful on the road. Slow it down, slow it down. Hey, Roger, watch out for them donkeys.
Welcome back to Island T with your faves, Kevon and Azem, minus Jade, Gwen, and Johnson. It's now time to jump into Traffic Talk with our friends from the Traffic Department. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning, Kevon. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good
How
morning.
are we doing today?
I'm doing good. What about you? How y'all doing? How was your weekend, man?
Our weekend was full of. I saw something interesting last night with some police. I don't know what was happening over Frigate Bay, but yeah, there was a little stop. A little stoppage, and then all of a sudden while I was passing, I see them just, the face, You know, the face what people just give when is like, wait, what that? So I look at my rearview mirror and the car behind me just made a U-turn. I said, okay, somebody don't want to go through this stuff.
Yeah. Well, probably the police were on the road, as usual, doing their usual check, making sure everyone is safe.
Yeah, man. The police one time.
Of course. Good morning, everyone out there in Radio Land. Good morning to all our Traffic Talk family. We are here again once more. My name is Sergeant Brown. I'm from the Police Traffic Department. I hope everyone had a splendid, restful weekend, and I hope that you all went out and look at the CPL, to look at the matches that were played. All Patriots fans, good morning to you. Yes, this morning I want to speak to a topic which is very important, and it's a topic that we all come upon every day as we traverse our streets, and I'm speaking about the pedestrian crossing. There are still a lot of persons out there, they are still not using the pedestrian crossing as they ought to. And this morning I just want to give some guidelines, give some safety tips as to the proper usage of these pedestrian crossing, because they are very, very helpful, they are very useful as to our way as we traverse our streets, not just in Basel, but throughout the island. We are going to touch on as to the proper usage of the way pedestrians, bicyclists, and drivers ought to use our pedestrian crossing. And I'll just first start off with the pedestrian as to the way how they should properly use our crossing. And I'll start off by saying, 1, you should always cross at a marked crosswalk / pedestrian crossing. It's like you forfeit your rights as a pedestrian if you cross elsewhere. Okay? I'll repeat that. You forfeit your right as a pedestrian if you cross elsewhere other than the pedestrian crossing. Also, you should obey any pedestrian signals and look left, look right, and then left again to make sure that the road is clear in both directions before you cross. And that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, man, we learned that there since small.
Yeah. Also, if a vehicle approaches, make sure that you make eye contact with the driver to be sure he or she sees you before you cross. Also, you should look before walking past any stopped vehicles. Do not cross just because a driver waves you on. Be sure that all of the lanes are clear first before you cross. And also, you should remember that bicyclists are not considered pedestrians. This is only unless they are walking their bike. Otherwise, they are considered vehicles. I'll repeat that. Bicyclists are not considered pedestrians unless they are walking their bikes. Otherwise, they are considered vehicles. Okay? And I'll go on to the bicyclists. 1. Bicyclists, yield always to the pedestrian. Remember that bicyclists are not considered pedestrian unless you are walking your bike. Otherwise, you are considered vehicles and you forfeit your rights as a pedestrian in the case of an accident or a citation. Also, obey vehicle traffic signals and laws on the road. Right now in Bassi, we have the lighting system, so this is what it speaks to. You should obey all traffic signals and laws on the road. Okay, I'll now touch on the drivers. A driver should always yield to the pedestrian in crosswalks / pedestrian crossing and at intersections. You should always be prepared to stop. at all marked crossroads. Stay alert and reduce your speed in areas with crosswalk/pedestrian crossing. You should always be alert for bicyclists who approaches to the crosswalks may be much swifter than those of pedestrians. I repeat that. You should always be alert for bicyclists who approaches who approach the crosswalks may be quicker or swifter than those of a pedestrian. What this is saying is that the bicyclist would approach the pedestrian crossing faster, swifter than someone who is on foot. So you have a driver driving your car, your bus, your truck, whatever. You should always pay more attention to these bicyclists because they approach the pedestrian crossing swifter or faster than someone who is on foot. You should come to a complete stop if pedestrians are crossing or they are preparing to cross. And as I earlier said, that the pedestrian should always make eye contact with you, the driver, before they cross. So this is very important. Also, you should wait until the pedestrian have crossed at least one lane past the lane you are in before you resume your travel. And I would repeat this again. You should always wait until the pedestrian have crossed at least one lane past the lane that you are in before you resume your travel. So you make sure that they already crossed over from your lane into another lane. And you should never pass another vehicle that has stopped or is slowing down at the crosswalk/pedestrian crossing. That person may be allowing someone to cross. So you, who is behind, you should never cross when you see a vehicle is stopped there at a crossing. That person may be allowing that a pedestrian to cross, and you overtaking him or her, the other vehicle which is in front of you can run into some problem if you overtake that vehicle which is stopped. And I'll stop there for now. What we have realized is that I'll come to the usage of persons would be familiar with the circus. That is one problem, I believe. They're not persons on foot, pedestrians, they are not using the crosswalk/pedestrian crossing that's in the circus area. Sometimes you find person.
The circus is a circus, yeah.
but there's still crosswalk pedestrian crossing where you should cross. What you'll find is persons are walking all over the circus, not using the pedestrian crossing that are there. I know they are there. I just crossed there. I just passed there. So I know they are there. They have not been removed. So we want person to use these crosswalks/pedestrian crossing because they are put there for a specific reason. They are put there for your safety. They are put there to guide you and to make sure that you cross from one area to another safely. So we want persons to use these crossing. And we also find that some people, I've experienced it myself as a driver. Sometimes you're coming and you see someone on the sidewalk and bam, they just cross over, and you try to alert them to say, that's not the way you should have crossed. But they feel like, oh, it's a crossing, so I should cross anytime, anyhow, any way I want. No, it's not. You should always remember, you as a pedestrian, you as someone who is walking, that these vehicles are mechanically designed, and as such, things can go wrong. You could find there might be there might be an issue, a problem with the braking. You may never know, and the person who is driving might have difficulty in slowing down while you're just crossing willy-nilly, and bam, there's an accident. So please make sure that before you cross, you have proper, you make eye contact that is, with with
Driver.
the driver before, and make sure he signal he acknowledge you to cross over. Okay, so I just thought of shedding some light on this important topic, so we don't have any mishaps to persons who are crossing.
But yeah, speaking of mishaps, I can tell you something. I have watched in amazement at the spectacle that is known as the circus.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I am convinced that we have ancestors that come from over in the square and watch over us as we pass through the circus and just guide us along our journey. Because I don't understand how things that just happen to just work in there for some reason. But we can't wait till something happens to start adjusting behavior.
Right.
But we actually have somebody trying to get in on the line right now. Good morning, caller. You're live on Traffic Talk.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
To bring to your attention a matter that I saw on this road to the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Yes.
If you're driving from the south, coming up there, you have some sleeping policemen. I realize that
We have someone? I didn't get that. We have some
sleeping policemen.
Wait, you said the school or the church? Which one?
By the school.
I think you would have said the church at first. So you're now speaking about this school.
One by the church and one by the school. If you're driving coming up there,
You mean the Jehovah's Witness? I'm suspecting.
Oh, okay.
Kingdom Hall.
Yeah, yes. I follow you.
I realize that some of the mats are moved.
Oh.
So what most of the drivers and them will do, they will avoid going over the sleeping mats. And they drive to those that are moved.
Oh.
But then on the left-hand side, the wheel is in the drain. And the other day I saw some children was walking on the sidewalk. If those children, they just step down the drain, the car would have hit them because they come up there so fast.
Oh.
You see? And you all have to look into that.
Oh.
When you all catch people moving these sleeping policemen, you give them summonses.
So
Another thing where you spoke about is pedestrian jaywalking.
Yeah.
You is a policeman.
Yes.
Your job is to enforce the law. If you see people jaywalking, you issue a ticket to them.
Yes.
In the United States, it's $150. If they catch you jaywalking, policemen don't give you no break. They enforce the law. Only in these countries, people do things and get away with it. And the onus is on the policemen. If you don't do your job, pedestrians will continue to do that all the time. That's my contribution for today.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller. I would hope that what you said that is not so. What I mean is that I think you would have said when we catch persons removing these mats. I hope that is not the situation where persons are taking up these matting, as you describe them as sleeping policemen. Yes, I have traversed that area. I travel that area quite often, and I realize that yes, some of the what should I call them? Some of the matting, should I say matting? Some of them are moved. Some of them they are missing. So yes, we'll have to look into that. But I hope that people are not removing these things so that they could drive with the area where there is no matting. I hope that's not the case. But yes, Carl, we will definitely try to remedy that situation, to put back the mattings, those where they are missing. So everyone should be driving, they are to drive how they should be driving in that area to ease over you describe them as the policeman, sleeping policeman. Yes, thank you very much for that. We definitely will look into that. Yeah. So while we wait your call, I just would want to highlight. Yes. Over the weekend, which the cricket match started Thursday, CPL, and I want to say that we have placed a lot of traffic signs, cones in the area around the park, and I must commend those persons, the driver, that for those few days up to yesterday, we didn't have any issue thereof. Yes, there one or two persons might have tried to test the system, tried to test us, but we would have dealt with that right away. But nothing major. No major report came out of the parking system, the arrangement that were placed around the parking around Warner Park. So I want to commend persons out there for respecting and obeying all the traffic signs and signals that were placed around the Warner Park. And as I would have mentioned last week, that these signs are placed there so that if for whatever reason there might be an emergency, and the emergency appliances need to travel back and forth, there should not be any obstruction. These vehicles should be allowed to travel freely back and forth to wherever they are going. So I want to again thank you for cooperating and for assisting us in making sure that the roads around Warner Park was free and unobstructed. So thank you very much for that. Tomorrow again there will be the match continues, so we are going to be placing these signs again. So I want you to continue to obey whatever signs are placed there. Thank you again for that.
Yeah, I had a question. On Saturday, I was driving down Westbourne Gut.
Yeah.
From north to south, and I
from Kevon Street, come down or from
from Kevon Street.
Yes.
So I came down, and then crossing over Central Street, there was a barrier placed there.
Yes.
Is it on Saturdays? Is that the bottom half of the gut one way?
Yes.
So
what we have realized is that in that area between Central Street and that should be
Fort
Thomas Road. Yes.
Right.
When on weekends the traffic, they are very congested.
Yeah.
You find persons traveling down, persons traveling up. Sometimes you have to pull back to the side, push to the side. So what we have decided that we are going to make it into a one-way, so you can only travel upwards.
Oh, so if you could travel from Cedar Mountain.
Yeah, you could travel from as I say, Fort Thomas Road. If you come straight up from the Bay Road, you can travel straight up onto Central Street, turning left or right. Okay, you cannot travel from Central Street, go down. This is only placed on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, so it's both days.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, both days. Yeah.
Okay.
And we have found that it's been very helpful, very useful. And since we started that, I think it would have started when there was during the partial lockdown curfew, when a lot of persons would have been in town doing the necessary back and forth. We decided, let me put this in place. Let me put a sign here to assist, and we have found that it's very, very useful and it's working properly. So
nice.
yes.
All right, man.
And also, we would have in the past we would have had the signs there at Maroon Avenue, the lower part, where you could not have traveled from Fort Thomas Road down onto the Bay Road. We have since changed that. The new area is at Fines Avenue, where you cannot travel from Fort Thomas Road down onto the Bay Road, and this is only on the weekend. You can only travel upwards, because what we realized too is that when the signs were there at Malone Avenue, when you come off the Bay Road and travel upwards, and your intention is to turn right onto Fort Thomas Road, we found that there used to be a problem in, especially the person with the passenger buses, big vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
It was very difficult for them to maneuver around
to make that right.
Sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have taken that out and placed the sign up towards Fines Avenue, and we found that it's very, very helpful. It's no longer we are having anyone having difficulties to making that maneuver to the right to continue down onto Fort Thomas Road. Yes,
So and this is mainly on Saturdays?
Yes, mainly on Saturday. Only Saturdays these signs are in place, not on Fridays.
Just a reminder, guys. These signs been there for like 3 years now, and I see people still trying.
Which sign is?
Say that again.
Which sign is that?
It's the one on the Bay Road for the to facilitate the traffic at the market.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Along the Bay Road, asking people to turn up onto
yeah.
one of those roads.
This would be on Fines Avenue.
Fines Avenue.
Yeah, it used to be
Malone Avenue. Right? So, yeah, guys, please don't move around the barrier and then say you ain't see it.
But strangely enough, we are still finding people saying
weekly, bro. I see it weekly.
Yeah, you find persons saying they didn't see the sign, but if the signs are on in your lane, and you man over to your right, there must have been a reason why you would have shifted over to your right.
Yeah.
So when we hear these kind of silly, sorry for the expression, these kind of excuses, we just have to do what we have to do, because these signs are marked. They're big. They're you cannot miss them. So we are not going to take this nonsense from you when you say you didn't see the sign. As I say, sorry for the expression again.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps, I because for instance, when I saw the one on Saturday
at
West Bongot,
yeah.
right? It was obvious to me that it kind of meant it was blocking my lane, so I would have had to cross over.
You would have had to cross over. Yeah.
So I kind of assumed that meant no entry. But perhaps if there was something that said no entry, that might help persons as well. Not saying that it's not enough, but I'm saying it might help persons if there's something.
So let me ask you, what you said? There were cones there?
No, there was no cones. It was the I think it was like the 6 foot long barriers.
Yeah, that sign would have should be saying no entry.
Yeah, there was no entry on that one. So I think that might help a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I see your point. But if you would also remember that there's also a sign there by the Island Purified outlet there. Yeah, there's one there. These signs are placed on the weekends as well. Yeah. So you cannot go from Fort Thomas Road down towards the Bay Road there.
Yeah. But we have a caller. We could take this last caller before we wrap up.
Sure.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Traffic Talk. Oh, we lost the caller.
Yes, so we the clock on the wall, as usual, is saying that it's time to wrap. So I just want to take this opportunity again also to thank our sponsor, Caribbean Alliance, the Revolving Insurance Company Limited. The good folks for sponsoring us every week to be here right here on WINNFM 98.9 FM. And I want to also remind persons that the signage would be in place again around Warner Park as of tomorrow. So persons be aware that the signs, the road would be restricted in your traveling and your parking. So please bear this in mind. Today there's no game today, so we have removed the signs so you can park where you usually park on Victoria Road and Ellsbury. Also, the parking lot there on Lovac Road, this also is a no parking area for persons. So there are signs that indicate such. So we just want you to go enjoy the games and have a good time, but also we want to make sure that the roads are safe. Just in the event there's an accident, an incident, the emergency vehicles can travel freely and safely without any hindrance. So also, again, I want to remind persons as to how to use the road, the pedestrian crossing. Please to use these walking safely. Make sure that you see you have proper eye contact with the drivers. Do not just cross over and then bam, there's something. Okay, so once again, I want to thank you for listening, being in tune, and I look forward to being here again next week, Monday, same place, same time. Until then, take care of yourself, drive safely, and then you are going to be okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down.
your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tax Special.
Running August 26 to September 8.
Hunt spaghetti sauces, just $4.99. Mueller's pastas, $4.99. Peter Pan peanut butter, $10.99. Post cereals, $12.99 each. Essential everyday garlic bread and the toast, $9.99. Essential everyday candy pineapples, $6.99. And now introducing our very low weekly
value deals. Essential everyday or IGA barbecue sauces, $5.99. Silk almond and soy milk, $14.99. Equaline mouthwash, $9.49. Ensure, $7.49. Essential everyday paper towel, 8 rolls, $35.99. Final touch fabric softener, $9.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Joan in español.
Ya listo, y haga sus compras aquí a
Value Mart.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwen Johnson, who's not here. But we understand that the live stream has gone down, but it will be back up very, very soon. So have no fear.